feels like it's picking up the microphone.
Lisa Hanish, can you come over a second? I mean, it wasn't the first time I've seen you. Really?
Jonathan DeGan, can you come here for a moment?
I'm sorry. No, you're good. That's the one I know.
She's going blank too. We need your help. You're now 3 minutes late. Is the camera crew ready to go? Please do not walk behind the cameras. If everyone could grab a seat. We have this thing called Oneg where you can socialize. We also have candles over here. If you'd like to light a candle, now would be a great time to do it. I apologize to those who are watching us on Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, homepage. We apologize. We're getting started a bit late. Tech crew, give me the thumbs up if you're ready. I need to be hot. Okay, so you need to boost the audio to them. Rob and Terry, new grandparents. First service back. What, 1 month old now? Yeah. So do you want to do, you guys good on audio in the back? I'm doing a test, Shabbat Shalom, do not react. Shabbat Shalom, is that too loud? No, don't react, we're just testing audio. I'll make you react in a second. Okay, I'm watching Rebecca do this to the sound guy. There's too much technology in today's world. And we're ready on the mixing board? And we're ready on the piano? Orly, you ready? All right, that's... Ready or not, you're here. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom for those of you that are here physically. Shabbat Shalom to those of you that are joining us virtually, either now or at midnight, whenever you might watch the service. Tonight is special for many reasons. One is it's Shabbat. We've gathered together to pray and to sing. But more importantly, it is our first service with Cantor Orly Campbell. At some point this fall, we will have an installation service for her. That'll be a big shindig. Shindig is a Kentucky word if you never use it. But we don't know when yet, so be aware of that. I would like to start this evening with the Shehechianu, because we say the Shehechianu at new beginnings. So if you know the Shehechianu, please say it along with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Thank you, God, for bringing us to this time, to this place, and to this season, maybe with a little cooler temperatures. May we return to it again and again and again so we can celebrate with Cantor Orly in joy, in harmony, in tune, because you can't do that with me. And together we say, Amen. Let's welcome Shabbat with a couple deep breaths. I'd like everyone to sort of get their bodies relaxed. Let the feet touch the floor. Let your feet touch the floor if they can. If not, let them dangle comfortably. Let your shoulders relax. And let's take a deep breath in. And let's hold it. Let's feel Shabbat, and let's let it out. Another deep breath in. Hold it. Hold it. And now let go of the stresses of the week as you breathe out. And now a deep breath in that places you firmly in this sanctuary. A deep breath in. Be present. Be present. Be present. And exhale. And now I'm going to turn it over to Cantor Orly.
So that's not my department. I don't know how to do that. Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. I am so excited to be here for my first Shabbat with all of you. And so to start Shabbat, I wanted to start with, maybe you might know it, maybe you won't, but I'm going to teach it to you. It's a shir chadash, and shir in Hebrew is a song, and chadash is new. So together it is a
new song.
Good job. So we're singing a new song unto God. And so we're going to do a little back and forward, a little call and response, and this is kind of how I like to teach it as well. So I'll sing it, you sing it back. And if Roger wants to join us, you can join us as well. So the first part is, there you go. Shiru Adonai. Let's try that. Ready? Okay, we're going to the second part. I was like, they're going to repeat it again. No. All right. Kol haaretz. Now we're going to put all of that together. You guys can do that. I have faith. Ready? Shiru Adonai. Kol haaretz. Your turn. Ready? Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. Ready? Shiru Adonai Shir. Who's ready to sing it?
Page 131.
Perfect timing. And now we will sing it. 1, 2. Shiru Adonai Kol haaretz. Shiru Adonai Shir Chadash. One more time. Ready? Your turn. Kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth, a new song unto God. Everyone ready? Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
Yasher Koach. We now turn to page 138 for Lachado D. We sing Lachado D each week during Kabbalat Shabbat. We sing it to welcome the Sabbath bride into our midst. We want that idea that royalty is joining with the people Israel, that for a moment we're being uplifted into a better place, a place that is more holy, a place where, well, there is less violence, where there's less greed, where people are just better. And so as that Sabbath bride enters our sanctuary, we should think about the good we would like in this world. So we're on page 138. We'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9, rising if we are able to face the back door on that last verse. Not rising yet, though. Not to the last verse. Here we go.
Lecha lecha dodi, mikrat mikrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, mikrat mikrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 lecha lecha dodi, mikrat mikrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, mikrat mikrat kala, penei penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד, השמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ותפארת וניתי, לה 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 לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי המקור ברוחה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תהילה. Your turn, ready? לך דוד. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שדברי, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה, לך דודי, לקראת כלה, פני פני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובטוב
we turn to page 142 for Shalom Aleichem. We've welcomed in the Sabbath bride. Now here's the problem. We haven't welcomed in the Sabbath angels, because we're taught that angels go from home to home every Shabbat. They go from home to home and they bless us. And so we also want them to come into our sanctuary. So we invite them in with Shalom Aleichem. And the verses speak about the angels coming, the angels blessing, and then the angels leaving for the next sanctuary or home. So as we sing this, let's remember that movement. We call to them and they come. They bless us on that second verse, and then they move on the third. Shalom Aleichem, page 142. I'd like to invite the Cantorial Search Committee forward to light tonight's Shabbat candles. I'd like to invite Jonathan DeGan to come forward to sing along with the Cantor for our candle blessing. So if you're part of the search committee, please come forward. We'd like you to help light tonight's candles. And we'd like to have one of our choir members come and sing along with the Cantor. Wayne and Tina chaired this mighty committee. But you can come close. As the candles are lit, that Sabbath bride enters this gateway that is defined by these two candles. And we feel her presence fully. We feel the presence of Shabbat, the presence of love, kindness, and relaxation. Our blessing.
Lie, 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 lie,
Lie, lie, lie, lie.
lie, 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 lie. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu, v'tzivanu likner, vitzivanu, vitzivanu, lechad likner, vitzivanu, vitzivanu, lechad likner, shel Shabbat.
I want to express my thanks on behalf of the board to all of you for helping us through this process and for bringing Orly onto our bima. So thank you all. They spent a lot of hours on this search. So thank you. You can return to your seats, and Mazel Tov, Jonathan. I'm now going to turn it back over to the Cantor because I know that we used to sing a song a couple cantors ago that she asked me to sing tonight, and I thought, wow, this is like going backwards and forwards all at the same time, and I think everyone will enjoy it, so I'm going to turn it over to her.
If you're lost, you feel afraid, and you don't know what to say, then listen to our God. Is there a question on your mind? Is the answer hard to find? Then listen to our God. Listen with all your heart and soul, and with all of your might. Write them and learn them and teach them well, every morning and night. Close your eyes and listen. Quiet yourself, there's nothing to say. Stop all the chatter that gets in the way, and listen to our God. When the wind and the thunder finally disappear, there's still a voice that you will hear if you listen to our God. You can hear it from the top of the highest hill, or from the valley below. It can come from the edge of the universe. It can come from within your soul. Close your eyes and listen. Listen to our God. Listen to our God.
Turn to page 146 for the Baruch. If you're able, please rise for our call to worship. We are on page 146.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la la
Please remain standing. Let's take a moment and feel our feet planted firmly on the ground. Let's feel the presence of community, the presence of holiness. And let's take a hand and place it over our eyes. And even as we close our eyes so we can, be with ourselves, we still feel that connection to others in the room. And we take in one deep breath, and then Orly, Cantor Orly, will lead us in the Shema. A deep breath in, and hold it, and let it out.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Aru, Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Leolam Va'ed.
You seated, we continue with the Vahafta found on page 154. Tomorrow's Bat Mitzvah, Orly will be leading us in it right now. It's okay, no laughs on that one. I thought it was funny. I'll try again later.
I had a feeling you were going to say that. I prepared myself for that.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם Adonai Elohechem Emet.
We turn to page 159. If everyone could join me on 159, if we could all read together. We have to read very loudly to make everyone who's watching feel like there's 1,000 people here tonight. So we're on the top of 159. Please join me. We'll be using this reading as an introduction to Mi Chamocha. Sing the song of men and women joined in understanding and respect, the song of God's miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come, the song of a land once ravished by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more, the song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Mi Chamocha, page 158.
Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Yai lai 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 Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai Mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh Norat tehilot hosefele tehilot hosefele Malchutecha ra'u banecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe Ze Elianu ve'yameru Ze Elianu ve'yameru and Miriam too
We turn to page 160 for Hashkivenu. And Hashkivenu speaks about that shelter, that tent of peace, that tent that protects us every time we go to sleep. And the idea is we say to God, please protect us. Protect us as we rest because we cannot protect ourselves. And when we wake up in the morning, we will be refreshed and renewed to do holy work. And I believe we have a guest joining us.
Yes.
Lisa Birnbaum will be joining us tonight in leading Hashkivenu. Please.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
It's not working.
I know you guys wanted to give this one to me.
No. It's on.
Take two.
Issues all day with internet and with technology. So I do apologize that, but this is not the first time this has happened today. That one does work? Great. Can you count down in it, Lisa? Oh, yeah.
Pretend you didn't hear any of that. It was beautiful. Pretend you just didn't hear any of that right now.
Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Yes, it's working.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu uvoenu l'chaim u'shalom metabay olam.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim.
feels like we're hazing Orly tonight.
I was going to say, are there cameras anywhere? Yes, there are.
We do apologize. It seems that we have a couple mics, for some reason, are going to the same channel, so they keep knocking each other out. And we haven't had that problem before. And with all the technology in the room, occasionally gremlins. I don't know if Jews believe in gremlins, but we have gremlins tonight. So we turn to page 371 for the Misha Berach prayer. We say the Misha Berach for those who are ill of mind, body, spirit. Tonight on our Misha Berach list, Richard Barrett, Herman Bustamante, Sylvia Nemiroff, Joan Schenk, Louise Adhami, Peggy Holm, Gloria Katzman, Sherry Wells, Lisa Bruner, Firuz Manavi, Vaji Manavi, Neil Friedman, Sarah Knopf, Wayne Shaw, Jack Simon, Ron Jacobs, Barry Katz, Sharon Schenker, Paul Hiddleman, Mark Jeff, Jeff Stickler, Leanne Rosenberg, Karen Ibadi, Jacob Alone, Renee Ross, Mark Groner, Gloria Katzman, Barbara Johnson, Julie Polly, Karen Zelinsky Lee, Robert Siegel, Richard Lippman. We also think of those suffering in the Ukraine, those injured due to border challenges, those healing from all too frequent gun violence, those affected by terrorist attacks, and all those caring for the ill. If you have an additional name for our Misha Berach prayer, please share it with me now.
Dahlia and Avi Bernstein.
May the God of our ancestors grant a refuah shlema, a complete and full healing to all those named tonight, and to all those we hold in our hearts. Together we say,
Amen.
the singing of Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misha Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha Lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Let us turn to page 164 for the Amidah. The Amidah is the prayer where we stand, so please rise if you are able. And let us remember to pray as if everything depended on God, and to act as if everything depends on us. Page 164, the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Anora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekone Hakol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot Ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer Umoshia Umagen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Vezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayei Kol Atah, Rav Lehoshia, Morid Hatah, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishene Afar, Michamocha Ba'gevurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memit, Umechaye, Umatmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman atah lehayot hakol. Baruch atah Adonai, mechayei hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, ukdoshim bechol yom, yehalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We pray silently through page 180, and when you're done with your silent prayer, you may be seated.
We are a gift, and we're a blessing. We are His story in song. We are hope, and we are healing. We are learning to be strong. We are words, and we are stories. We are pictures of the past. We are carriers of wisdom, not the first and not the last. L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. Looking back on this journey that we carry in our heart, from the shadow of the mountain to the water that we part, we are blessed and we are holy. We are children of your way, and the words that bring us meaning, we will have the chance to say. Join me with your shalom sheet. Ready? L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name. L'dor vador nagid god lecha. L'dor vador, we protect this chain. From generation to generation, L'dor vador, these lips will praise your name.
This week's Torah portion is called Balak. And it focuses on this crazy king who is terrified of the new Israelite nation. You see, we'd already finished our 40 years of wandering, and we were about ready to enter that land of Canaan with a whole new generation. And Balak was worried. He was worried because he saw that we'd already beat 3 other nations in 3 battles. And he thought, I can't mess with these guys. So he called his chief advisors and he says, Oy vey. And the words oy vey are literally in this week's Torah portion. Literally, it's on my door of my office if you want to see it. The word oy is in the Hebrew translation. The vey is in Aramaic. And you put them together, you get oy vey. It means the word alas. So I had to throw an oy vey in there. Oy vey, alas. They beaten the Amorites, Bashan and Og. And now they're going to kick our butts too. It's exactly what the Torah says. So he comes up with an idea. If armies can't beat the Israelites, then maybe a prophet can. So he sends messengers to invite Balaam. I think we've all heard of Balaam before, but maybe you haven't. Who's a pagan prophet who receives messages from Adonai. Think about it, a pagan prophet who receives messages from Adonai. So this prophet doesn't believe there's only Adonai, believes in a bunch of other gods, but Adonai still says, hey, I want to talk to this guy for whatever reason. And so these messengers of Balak's go to Balaam, and they say, look, there are these people who came out of this land of Egypt 40 years ago, and they had a new generation, and they've been beating people up. We want you to curse them. because if you can curse them, maybe that'll weaken them enough that we can beat them in battle. And then they offer him a lot of money. And so Balaam says, let me sleep on it. And he sleeps on it, and he wakes up and says, Adonai talked to me, I can't do it, sorry. They go. Balak won't take this for an answer, so what does he do? He sends 3 more higher dignitaries, maybe the Secretary of State. And they offer him even more money. He goes, I'll sleep on it. And this time God comes to him, Adonai comes to him and says, you should go this time. So first thing the next morning, he hops out of bed and he heads off to wherever he's heading off to see Balak so that he can curse the Israelites. Now he's riding on his favorite donkey. I would call it something else, but we have kids in the room. They don't call it a donkey in the Torah, but I'll leave it at that. But it's his favorite donkey. They've been together literally like 20 years, according to the texts and the commentators. And suddenly this donkey stops, won't go any further. And he gets really angry and he takes out a stick and starts beating this donkey. Not a very nice thing to do. Finally, he gets the donkey to head in a different direction. The donkey stops all over again. He starts beating this donkey who had always listened to him for the 2 decades they've been together. And then finally the donkey moves into a third direction by his direction. And the donkey stops all over again and gets beaten up. And finally the donkey says, what does the donkey say? Oh, the donkey says literally, look, I'm the same donkey you always ride. Do I usually do things like this to you? That's pretty much out of the Torah. You got a talking donkey. And Balaam turns to the donkey and he doesn't say, oh my God, you're talking. Balaam says, no, you never have done this before. And then Balaam looks at what the donkey's looking at, and he sees an angel. But not any angel, one of the warrior angels. And there are different kinds of angels in our Torah. And there are warrior angels. There's a warrior angel outside of the Garden of Eden that's protecting the Garden of Eden so you cannot enter it. And here he sees another warrior angel blocking the path. And this warrior angel says to him, and he's not like, wow, a warrior angel. He just sort of like turns to the angel. And the angel says, why have you beaten your donkey 3 times? It is I who came out to stop you, for your errand disgusts me. When the donkey saw me, she shied away from me 3 times. If she had not shied away, I would have spared her and killed you. So this angel's pretty much saying, you can't see the obvious. You can't see it. It's right in front of your face. You can't see the obvious. You shouldn't be moving forward, even if God said that God wanted you to do this. How often do we tell people to do something we don't want them to do just because they so want to do it? Well, that's that kind of situation. Or this is that kind of situation. Balaam really wanted to make some money and really wanted to curse the Israelites. So God said, just go ahead, you're bothering me. But the angel knew better and tried to stop him. And so Balaam says, I was mistaken. I didn't know you were standing in my way. If you still disapprove, I'll turn back. And this angel says, just go ahead. But don't do anything except what I tell you to do. And so he gets to Balak, and Balak says, come on, let's go to a mountaintop. And they set up seven spots where they could sacrifice animals. And they sacrificed 7 bulls and I believe 7 rams. And then, well, Balaam tried to curse, but no curse came out of his mouth. He could only say words of praise. So the king says, hey, let's move to a different mountaintop where you see less of the people. Maybe God won't care if you only curse 1/3 of them. And so they try that. And what happens? Balaam only says blessings all over again. And then finally, the king says, let's go to this 3rd mountaintop. Let's set up these 7 sacrifice sites. Let's do it all over again. And you'll look at even fewer people. Maybe it'll work. And this time, Balaam says, Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. How goodly your tents, O Jacob, your dwellings, O Israel. Anybody ever sing the Ma tovu before? I'd like to see almost every hand in here. We sing it every high holidays. You sing it at camp. There are about 3,000 musical versions. These words were spoken by a non-Jewish pagan prophet who looked upon the people of Israel and saw them living together, peacefully living together in their community, saw them working together, saw them moving toward a common goal. And he said these words, "How goodly are your tents, O Jacob." And that's what we all need to be moving towards, is goodly tents, working together as a community. Where people look upon us, either as a family, as a congregation, as the Jewish people, whatever you can think of, as being worth working together and being blessed. Now, at the end of the story, Balak really wanted to do something mean to Balaam because he didn't get his way. But at that point, Balak was too scared of Adonai. So let's look back on this story. Balaam went with God's permission to Balak. And then he gets stopped by a talking donkey and an angel. Here's the problem. He was taking the right actions with the wrong motivations in his heart. He departed hoping to personally profit from cursing another nation. And even though he knew he could only say what Adonai told him to say, he was hoping there would be enough leeway, a little wiggle room to get a good curse in. He departed with some hope for profit, prestige, a claim to fame. And he's like a lot of us, wanting to get ahead, wanting to achieve, wanting to be known, wanting. All the while knowing right from wrong, and yet trying to decide if right should be right, if wrong should be wrong, if you want to get ahead. It's not easy doing what we know is right and avoiding what we know is obviously wrong when there's a profit motive involved. Sometimes we need to be shocked into doing the right thing by the donkeys and the angels in our lives. You see, those talking donkeys and angels, they are those who tell us the truth even when we don't want to hear it. They are those who remind us to listen to that piece of holiness inside of us and to follow it even when we don't want to. In other words, they put us into check when our thoughts and motivations have gone astray. So my blessing for each and every one of you tonight, may talking donkeys and angels keep you on the right path, a path of holiness, where you listen to your hearts and your souls in order to make right choices and to share blessings instead of curses with others. And together we say, Amen. I'm now going to ask Richard Proper to come forward to give a couple announcements. Please, Richard, come on forward. Let's see if we have a mic for you. Can I steal this one? I'm going to steal this one for you. 50% chance it'll work.
50%. Okay.
There you go, buddy.
That'll work.
I know, 100%. I apologize.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Rabbi. Sorry? Okay. I'm just starting out, so. Thank you, Rabbi John. Special thank you and a welcome to Cantor Orly. Very well done. And to Lisa Birnbaum and members of our choir for sharing your beautiful voices with us. And thanks to Lindsay and Rebecca. Thank you for filming and streaming so our entire community is able to join us. And thank you for Roger at the piano, who is there. And David for helping us to get the sound just right. So my name is Richard Proper. I'm the Vice President of Finance for the board of Kol Tikvah. I am enjoying the opportunity to deliver announcements tonight. So first and foremost, it is that time of year again. Our new congregational commitment began July 1st, just a few days ago, a couple weeks ago. Please check your inbox for your 2022-2023 congregational commitment. It's important. It's what keeps us operational. It keeps everyone with smiling faces. This year it is especially easy. You just log in and renew. So very simple. Next Friday, have your 7th through 12th graders join Kitty's Beach Day from 1:30 in the afternoon to 7:30 at Westward Beach. There is a pizza dinner, snacks, and lots of fun provided. It's noted that is guaranteed. I'm not sure if it's the pizza or the fun, one of the two. Now, I am heading to Israel in a few days, but next Friday is our beach Shabbat, and it is one of the things that I most look forward to. If you haven't been, you should go. It is literally Shabbat on the beach. Come early, bring a picnic, bring your beach chair. It is really fun. And join us for an inspirational service with Rabbi John and watch a beautiful sunset. Cantor, Orly, will you be there too? And so it will be something. It is great fun. On July 29th, get ready to join us for our drumming circle Shabbat service. We will have a young family drumming circle at 5 p.m. and the community pizza dinner at 5:45 and Shabbat following at 6:30. Sorry? Drumming at both services.
The later service indoor drumming. We're not going to be in the heat.
I see. Is the pizza and the drumming at the same time?
Mini service, young kids, pizza, and then we all come in here as adults.
Got it. All right. Well, there was a joke baked in there, but you missed it. Okay. All additional information and registrations can be found on our website. And then lastly, pardon me for the notes here, there's a lot. If you are new tonight, welcome. We hope you're enjoying yourselves. We would love to see you here again. So membership information through me, through Lorene, on our website. Join us. We're a great, vibrant community, and we'd love to have more people. More members, excuse me. This week's tzedakah box donations, which are in the other room, go to the West Valley Food Pantry. Please donate generously. And thank all of you for joining us tonight. I know we've given Cantor Orly a very warm welcome. And Shabbat Shalom.
Stephanie, stand up. Wave at everyone. You're arranging carpools? Okay, so it's through the office, not through you. I want to get this through the office. So if you'd like to do any carpooling, call the office. Don't call call Stephanie. It doesn't make any difference. All right, so as we learned from Richard, Beach Shabbat is on the beach on Shabbat. Correct. Okay. I give up tonight. With no pizza in between. Excuse me, let me take a tonight we do have an unveiling of one of our plaques. Arlene Nyberg, who I know many of you knew, no longer present, died over a year ago now. And her children wanted to put a plaque up, which is a great way to honor a parent. So I'd like to have Karen and Susan come up. And they're going to be doing a reading. Please come forward. That's found on page 595 if you'd like to join us. And so when we do plaque unveilings, and it's not really being unveiled, it's just the first night that it's up and we do light it. I'd like to have those closest to the deceased read something and then join me as we do the mourner's Kaddish. So I'm going to hand the two of you a mic. Well, yeah.
There are stars up above, so far away we only see their light, long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly through their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember.
How old was Arlene when she traveled to Israel with us?
82.
She was 82 when she went on our Israel mission. That was 4 or 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
5 years ago, she went with us. And the one thing I do remember is so often she couldn't do the tours, but she would stay behind and make friends with everyone at the hotel. And she had more friends than anyone I think we've ever traveled with, everywhere she turned. And I will say I will always cherish her memory because of that. Well, we had many experiences together, but mainly because of Israel and how I really got to see who she was and how she really drew people to her. So on our recently departed list, no, you stay up here. On our recently departed list, Betty Greenwald, remembered by the Deschel family. Alex Fischel, remembered by the Fischel family. Jerry Chutko, remembered by the Hanish family. Rivka Goldstein, remembered by Cantor Orly Campbell and her family. We also hold in our prayers those taken by gun violence in the 13 mass shootings this week alone, those who have died of COVID, and those killed in the Ukraine. We also think of those who died during this season in years past. Vera Barad, Susan Marks, Harold Eldon, Claire Menken, Michael Flamer, Laura Morse, Bruce Fromm, Jack Oren, Eva Glick, Turan Pordavudi, Ted Heimlich, Burden Rockoff, Arthur Olive Hudden, Clarence Shockley, Lee Jaffe, Tina Skyer, Felicia Sue Castle, Stanley Spiro, Jerome Catan, Abraham Samuel Staub, Sam Lewis, Evan Stein, Leonard Lebarkin, Hilda Weiner, Sam Maltz, Yetta Weisberg, Harry Mann, Murray Weiner. If you have an additional name for our Kaddish or Yortzeit list, please share it with us now. If you're in the first 7 days of mourning Shiva, I ask you to rise. If you're in the first 30 days of mourning Shloshim, I ask you to rise. If you're to bury someone in the coming week, I ask you to rise. If you're in the first year of mourning, I ask you to rise. If you're observing a Yortzeit, I ask you to rise. As a community, we now rise to show support to those who love and to those who remember. We are on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, Bagalav Izman Kari Vimru. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarak Leolam Ulamei Amaya. Yit Barach V'yit Tabak V'yit Pa'ar V'yit Romam V'yit Naseh. V'yit Adar V'yit Alev V'yit Alal Shmei Dekudsha Brechu. Leila Min Kol Birchata V'shirata. Tushbachata V'nechemata. Damiran Be'alma V'imru. Yehei Shlama Rabba Min Shmaya. V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru. Oseh Shalom Bimromav. Hu Yaseh Shalom. Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'imru. Amen. May the one who makes peace on high grant peace to all who mourn, to all Israel, and to all humankind. And together we say,
Amen.
you can put your books to the side. If you are a choir member, please come forward and join Cantor Orly in the closing song, or Susan, who can also hang out. Come forward to lead us in Oseh Shalom. Oh, Susan, you can stay.
Nice to meet some of you. We have a lunch coming up, so very nice to meet you.
see what happens. This is an experiment.
I have faith. So we say our prayers of peace. We ask for peace, and I think now more than ever, we really are asking for a lot of peace from God and for everything in our lives. So if you know this and you know the person next to you, put your arms around them. If you don't, ask permission. And so join us as we all sing Oseh Shalom. Come in. Okay? Okay. Oseh Shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen. Ready? Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Orly Israel ve'imeru amen. Ready? Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Orly Israel. One more, a little faster. Imeru amen. 2, 1, 2, 3, and Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel ve'imeru amen.
I'm gonna ask Cantor Orly to hold the Kiddush cup tonight, since it's her first Shabbat with us. And we'll do the short Kiddush tonight.
I was just about to ask.
Yes, short tonight. Because we're looking.
Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Let's all point at this challah and go yummy, yum, yum. I'm going to have, Vicky, can you hold that along with some choir members? I know it's heavy. A couple hands in there. Here we go, the hamotzi.
Motzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices join in happy chorus as our prayer is humbly said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Come get a piece of challah up here if you like. We also have challah on the table as you exit that's pre-cut in Kiddush cups. And we have a big oneg in the social hall. Go socialize in the social hall.
Shabbat Shalom.
I knew some of the songs from Oak Park,